if you made it to this video, this is probably, well, the last video you'll need to watch on this, and it should have been the first, but it wasn't, unfortunately, because I have like 10 subscribers. So anyway, I'll cut to the chase. This is how I did 12 Valve Cummins Valve Springs, and it's the easiest way and the way to actually comprehend it and do it right and understand it. So yeah.
Okay, this is gonna be a very, very simple way of how to do your valve springs under 12 Valve Cummins. This is a VE pump, makes no difference, but I will put the list of the order that I'm about to talk about on the screen. You want to start with cylinder number 1, and I'll talk about that first. So when cylinder number 6, which is the opposite of rotation of cylinder number 1, is on valve overlap, which means once this intake valve opens, which is what it's doing right now, and then closes when it comes up, and just barely starts going down on this, the exhaust valve, then cylinder number 1 is then should be loose, which is not right now, but should be loose. You should be able to pull these up a little bit, wiggle them around, both of them, and they should not be going down or up. This should not be on valve overlap, what I just talked about. Also, I'll tell you the order of this. So your exhaust valve will open, this will go down, and then it will close, then your intake will go down, and then that will close. So my exhaust valve is closing right now, I think. Oh, and to rotate this 7/16 or 13/16, sorry, on the alternator, at least on this one. They won't move for a little bit. Okay, so I'm doing cylinder 5 right now. So cylinder number 2 is the opposite of that, opposite rotation. So now that's opening right there, as you can see. Slow down. So that one's loose, that one's tight. Foreshadowing, do not put these in the wrong position. Your valve will drop, so that just barely has any pressure on it, and this one is loose. Also for sizing, sorry. A 13 mil for the smaller one, and an 18 mil for the bigger one. Whoa. And you can just use an impact, it doesn't matter. Just pull that out like that. Set it somewhere where it's not gonna get super dirty. I'm putting new ones of these in because I'm doing head studs, but I just have to put it back right now. So if you're doing push rods, if you're not doing push rods, just skip the step. If you're doing push rods, just pull these out, just like that. Then you want to take your tool that you should have, or if you made a homemade one, whatever, it doesn't matter. Make sure there's no gunk in there too. It's 12 valve. It doesn't really matter that much, but there was a pine needle in there, so. Then you want to turn it like this, where the bolt, this bolt is going down. You want to go slide it in between your valve springs, just like that. I guess I can tighten it a little bit more like that. Now, there's a washer on here, at least on mine. Put this just like that. Boom. You want it just over your 2 valve springs, just like that. And then take your nut. You'll thread that on there. Actually, first, before you do that, put a little bit of oil on it. Literally does not matter what kind of oil you use. Just a drop. Tighten it by hand. That's a 15. Just make sure they're lined up in there, and then just going down. You don't have to go crazy far down, but just tell the valve keepers, which is what those tiny things in there are. I'll show you when I pull them out. Grab pick tool and a tiny magnet. Just kind of move it around in there, and then these loose. See now, if if this cylinder was not at top dead center, my valves would just fall down into the cylinder and it would not be a good day for anyone. Now, if my magnet tool is strong enough, it'll grab that one, which is my intake valve, which I have named right here. I just put valve keepers, intake, exhaust, the caps for the valves, which I'll show you in a second, and then the valve springs themselves. So just match, I just put them back where they go originally. So intake. Okay, I got that done. Pulled them all out. It's really easy. So you'll see they have a little ridge on the top, which is wider also, if you look at it this way. So the bottom is a little skinnier. The top is a little tiny ridge. That is what slips in to your valve, which now that those are out, go ahead, take this off, pull out, just like that. So you'll see they have these caps on them. Just loosely come off like that. And I just organize them by the exhaust and intake anyway. It really doesn't matter for this part. Look at your seals in there. You want to look at these right there. Those orange seals. If they look bad, just replace them while you're in here. Pretty easy thing here. It took me probably 5 hours to understand this myself, which really it shouldn't have. This is why I'm making this video, because to me this is how I understood it and this is how it made sense to me. And I got 60-pound valve springs right here. It doesn't matter where this goes, by the way. Also, there's no up and down, so just put them in there how you would like. I just throw them in there like this, that, and then it does not matter what kind of oil you use for this, really. And you want to throw these back in there. You can clean all this stuff up and re-oil it if you really care that much. I don't really give a shit, but throw those on there just like that. And these, you'll see in a second, they're a little harder to compress. You want to make sure those line up perfectly. Your valves in there. See, the camera can honestly see better than I can right now, which is not good. I'm going to line these up and I'll get back. Now, don't be like me and take 30 tries to do that. Or you can be like me, because it's hard as hell to get back there and I don't want to sit over there. So, once you start getting them in the middle, and also this will twist. The impact will twist the spread piece. So you kind of have to align as you go down sometimes, which is really fun. So you want to go down until you'll see the little nubs in there. I'm trying to that the valve keepers sit in, which is what those are right there. So that's how you want to put them in there. So just tighten it down till these can slide into there pretty easily. Kind of, sort of, not really. But it might take you a few tries to swing them around. And also, if they won't actually stick onto the thing and the valve, just add a tiny bit of oil. They'll become a little sticky. Okay, flash is on now, so you can probably see a little easier. So, see, it's not far down enough because that's not up against that. Get these lined up someday, which is still not far down enough. Sit in there right the first time. This is taking fucking ever. It's not important. Just be a fucking dumbass. And this is what I mean. This thing is magnetized, so it just... Ugh. Now, if you're lucky enough for it to only take you 1 or 2 tries and not 30, like me, again, they will look like this on your valve. They should be nice and pretty seated. Those also don't have to be together right there. There's gonna be a gap no matter what. So, now. Anyhow, others say to hit it with a hammer. Do not hit this shit with a metal hammer. Rubber mat. I could have fucking grabbed my other one. But now for your push rods, which are also very, very easy. Just grab your push rods. I'm gonna clean mine off quick. Well, my hands are probably not doing them justice. They are cleaner now. If you're like me and you've had them sitting in an open box like this in your nasty ass storage room, I would definitely clean them off. Clean, you know. Anywho's, I'm gonna take. Really doesn't matter what kind of oil you use, but I'm just using the oil that I actually use in my truck. Dip your shit in there. Also, you can take the valve holder out of there first, and there'll be a little slot you'll want to feel around for. You'll know when it goes in the slot. Now do that for your other one. Also, please make sure you have the right push rods. They make different length ones, and usually they are a couple thousandths bigger, aftermarket ones. But don't get the ones that are like an inch longer. You will explode the fuck out of your motor. I'll take a little bit of oil. Also, doesn't matter what kind of oil you use. Just throw it in the top of the little holes on them. Side note, do this for your use in that. Also, don't blow too hard with this air. Otherwise, it will go all over your engine bay. Oh, see, like that. Now that shit's every fucking where. Throw a couple drops oil on that. Doesn't have to be a lot. Again, doesn't really have to be a lot. And then you want to. Jesus. You want these sitting on your push rods. Hand tighten this a few turns. Make sure you're actually in the right thread. Also, hand tighten this a few turns. Make sure you're in the thread. Torque it to 9,000 foot-pounds. Just tighten that till it's barely snug. And, oh, shit. It's a 13 again. How the fuck did I just take my battery off? Okay. Alright. Just throw this on setting 1. That's what I'm doing. I will update in a second with the actual torque specs of these. Okay, and now, after searching the whole entire internet, this is 110 foot-pounds. This is 25. So, take what you will with that. Yep, that's how you do valve springs on your 12-valve Cummins. If you have any questions, please comment on the video, and I will try to get back to them. I normally don't do videos. Actually, no, I've never really done a tutorial on anything, so my old videos are just Minecraft and fucking Assetto Corsa and shit like that. But now I've sort of kind of matured, and now this is what I'm doing. If you want a video on how to put an intercooler in your non-intercooled truck, I will also make a video on that. I'll just give you first piece of advice. Use second-gen intake pipes. I have a third, I guess it doesn't matter what gen intake horn. This is just off eBay. It's an aluminum intake horn. It should fit the exact same as everyone else. But also doing compounds, which I will also post videos about. That's my S362, which is on the manifold. And this is my S475. It's also like 70 pounds. I almost tipped over. Anyway, that's the end of the video. Thank you for watching. I will try to respond to anything that you guys ask.